Today we're going to find the equation of the line that passes through two given points, which means two coordinate points will be given and we have to use these 2 points to find the equation of the line, which would be in the form of f of x equal mx plus b. Now stay with me to see how this is done step by step. All right. Now let us consider the 2 points as 2, 4 and 6, negative 3. These 2 points, we're going to use them to find the equation of the line. The first step is to find the slope, which we know represented by m. That is the rate of change, which is the change in y's over the change in x's, which implies this formula that is very common, which is y sub 2 minus y1 over x sub 2 minus x1. In this case, we would have negative 3 minus 4 over 6 minus 2. And we have negative 7 over 4. That becomes the slope. This is going to be the slope we will be working with. M equals negative 7 over 4. Because we will be using a linear function in this case, we know the form is f of x equals mx plus b. Frankly, all we have to do to get the right function is replace everything we know. Replace everything we know in the function. So for f of x is m, which is negative 7 over 4, and we keep the x and plus b. Frankly, we do not know what b is. As a result, we need to find b. Take a look at this before we move to the next step, which is finding b. This is step number 1. You find the slope. Then, after you find the slope, you write the equation with function notation f of x equal mx plus b, and you replace what you know. In this case, the only thing you know so far is the slope, which is m, and we replace m in the function. Now, let us continue. To continue, we go on the side to find that f of x equals negative 7 over 4 x plus b. That is the function where we started over there. What we want to do here is find what b is. However, we need some information in order to find what b is. So, in order to do so, what we're going to do, let's go back to our points given right here. As you can see, the 2 points given right here are 2, 4 and 6, negative 3. Out of these 2 points, pick one. It does not matter which one. Whichever one you use, the answer will be the same. Now, just for ease of choice, so we're going to pick the very first one, which is 2, 4. So let us go back to where we were, where we use f of x equals negative 7 over 4x plus b. We're going to use the point 2, 4 is our point of choice. Notice, if you recall from early knowledge or prior knowledge, we know ordered pairs are in the form of x, y. And if you recall, y represents f of x. So, with that information, what we're going to do is replace 2 for the x and 4 for f of x, which means this becomes 4 equals negative 7 over 4 times x, which is 2, and this plus b, because I do not know what b is. Because I don't know what b is right now, I have enough information to find b. As a result, we end up with 4 equals negative 7 over 2. Because these two simplify, we get 7 over 2 plus the b, which we do not know. Alright? And from here, what we have by doing additive inverse of negative 7 over 2, we have plus 7 over 2. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side, which becomes 8 plus 7, which is 15 over 2, equals b. Because see, this cancels out right here. These two cancel out. Once you have 4 plus 7 over 2, what happened? You find the common denominator, and by doing so you will end up with 15 over 2. So we know our b is now 15 over 2. Now I can go back to the function I had, which is f of x equals negative 7 over 4 x, and where we have the b, which is plus 15 over 2. And that is the function of the line that passes through the two given points at the beginning. Then again, we'll go through this slowly and let it sink a little bit. Let us go over it again. To start with, we have 2 points. 2 points were given, and they were 2, 4 and 6, negative 3. Step 1, we find the slope, which is m equals the change in y over the change in x, where we have y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. As a result, we have negative 3 minus 4, 6 minus 2. That end up being negative 7 over 4. By doing so, we now have the slope. And we move our slope where we have the function f of x equals mx plus b. Once we have f of x equals mx plus b, we substitute what we know. In this case, we know m is negative 7 over 4. And we replace m by negative 7 over 4 in the function notation. So we have f of x equals negative 7 over 4 x plus b. From there, we choose 1 point, and in our case, we chose 2, 4 in order to make to find b. That's the information we needed. So we go back with our function f of x equals negative 7 over 4 x plus b. We choose the point 2, 4, where the 2 goes for the x and the 4 goes for the f of x. As a result, we have 4 equals negative 7 over 4 times 2 plus b. And from there, we have 4 equals negative 7 over 2 by simplification plus b. And by doing the additive inverse of negative 7 over 2, that is positive 7 over 2 to both sides of the equation, as a result, we end up with 15 over 2 equals b. Once 15 over 2 equals b, that is what we were looking for. Now we have b. What we do, we go on the side where we rewrite the function, except that, remember when we write it the first time over here, pay attention, we have f of x negative 7 over 4 x plus b. Once we write it over there, now we're going to write the same thing, but replace the b by what we found over there, which is, of course, 15 over 2. Now once we do that, and voila, the function of the line that passes through 2, 4 and 6, negative 3 is negative 7 over 4 x plus 15 over 2. That is final. Let it sink, and you can go over it again and try to do this by yourself. Pick any 2 points, follow the very same steps, and you should get very familiar with this. Thank you.